you doing? How's everybody doing? I know, new location, new setup for today's special edition of the Olga S. Pérez Show. Welcome back to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm Olga, your host. And if you've been here before, you know how I roll. And I say, what? How you doing? Because some things never change. I don't care what location I'm at, what we're doing, not doing. Oh my God, I can't wait. It's been a hot minute. So right off the bat, hello, Tulsi Gabbard. Oh no, wait. I must, right? I always have to put my own twist to things. And I don't do it completely out of my control, I think. Anyway, but yeah, Tulsi Gabbard, not woke. Yay! And again, because I'm so into this, latest story, breaking news today, Tulsi Gabbard, it's like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I thought you weren't into politics. And I'm not if you know me, but it's the point that she is not standing for woke bullshit. You get me, okay? And of course, I can talk about a lot of things, but I am in a different location, don't have my setup and whatnot. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple today, and I want to focus more on us touching base. You guys telling me what's up. What do you want to talk about? What are you thinking about? Or any questions that you have? Because that's what it's all about, right? It's us connecting. If you've already been subscribed, thank you. And thank you for all your beautiful comments. Much love. And if you haven't already subscribed, stick around. Enjoy the ride. It's quite a roller coaster of truth and real. Not reality TV, real and raw. Can't handle it? Get out of the kitchen. You can't take the heat? Get out of the kitchen. But I invite you to come. Because you know what? When you're around some spiciness, you might be surprised what comes out of you. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm going to talk about my boy Andrew Tate and his interview with Piers Morgan. And I'm going to just give you as always, my insight, my take. Not how everybody else is reacting or what they're thinking. Because I saw a few clips here and there. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's a good point or whatever, that's good. But I'm going, here's what I see straight off the bat. And if you've known, I had a previous video about a month ago where I did pretty much the whole live about Andrew Tate and my take on him. And, I had some really great comments. And great comments can be comments that don't agree with me, comments that say, hey, people need someone like him, or, I think you're being too rough with him or something like that, right? It's like, that's great. That's cool. That's your perspective. But see, it's a one-sided story, especially when you're doing a live. So it's different if you're talking to me personally, one-on-one, and we're going back and forth, right? So I said what I said. And I think this guy, and I'm going to literally, there's a few parts in that interview that I wrote down the time in that interview that I'm going, okay, I got this to say about that and this and that to say about that. And I'm not giving the guy attention just to give him attention, because it's funny, right? He got canceled, censored, all this stuff. And now he's getting interviews left and right. So it backfired. They did basically similar to the whole Barbara Streisand effect. And so, no, I'm not going to talk about him because of all that and to give him more clout. I'm going to talk about him because I don't understand why no one else is saying or seeing what I'm seeing. So love to see your take on it. Let me know already if you already know about this guy. Have you been following him? Do you care? Do you not care? Your opinions, your views. I want them. And again, in the live chat, definitely. And if you watch this replay, your comments are my fuel. Keep them coming. I do read them and I will respond. So what do you guys think about this outdoors setup? And we'll get into it. I had a phone call last week on a Sunday, to be specific. And it was people here, me, other people, not me personally, but the person I'm talking to was you need to be people need this kind of energy here now. So I get invited, I come. And here I am. And I hope the lighting is good. I hope you guys can hear me good. I'm going to, you know me, I got to look at my chat. Let me know, guys, can you see me well? Can you hear me well? How's it going? Because I'm telling you, this is a total different setup. But yeah, welcome. And make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. If you like this content, if you get any value from it, if it made you smile, click that. If it pisses you off, click the fucking like button. And yeah, man, because it's all energy. We got to keep it going. So let's see who's here. Jim from Maryland. Good afternoon. Welcome, Jim. Love it. With a, let me see. Oh, sunny smiley face. I love it. Guys, if you know me, I'm all about the emojis. They say 1,000 words. AC Nelson, how you doing? How are you? Hey, I love it. I love how you guys talk to each other. What's going on? Let's see. Let me see. So AC Nelson, official channel at the Olga Express Show. Olga, if you can, try to check the episode 36 comments before this one. I sent a short video that I know you'll love. Oh my God, I missed it. I'm telling you, between the travel and I'm in a different time zone. I'm sorry, I have not seen it. I will do it. Don't know if I can do it today because I'm getting a little foot clamped with this new getup. So bear with me. Thank you for your love and your patience. So, AC Nelson, good afternoon, everyone! Exclamation. Yes, yes. Oh my God. So I'm in a different laptop, so I wanted to do an emoji, and I forgot like the shortcut. I figured it out, but of course now I'm foot clamped, and I forgot the shortcut. So, and notice the time difference. Obviously, I'm in a different time zone. But for those of you who follow me, the analytics on YouTube will say like, oh, most of your subscribers, well, now they come around 5 and 6. So I said, you know what? I'll do it at this time. And let's see if you guys prefer it. You let me know in the chats or think about it later. Come back to the video later. Put in the comments below the video. But yeah, I'm going to get right into it. So let me screen share and let's watch our beautiful Bass. Oh, you just logged in. Welcome. Bass. Hi from Oklahoma. Just wanted to let you know Tom, in capital letters, has a new song. I was going to mention that. Yes, he's got a new song. Yes. And I was going to ask you guys, like, are you ready? But the last time I did it, like, I think maybe 30 minutes after he launched it, and I thought that would be a great thing. And I actually didn't get the kind of response, or at least YouTube or whatever didn't really put me out there or show it. No one, I didn't really, So I'm thinking that I'm going to let it roll out. I'm not going to watch it because you know me. I only watch it live with you guys. And then I'm going to decipher, like, do I do it like if he, lets it out on Friday, should I do like the Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday? And then I do the live reaction and the whole night. Because I tried that the last time and I didn't get as many views or clicks or comments from the other times that I've done reaction videos. But yeah, to say the least, hashtag HOG. I can feel it. I can feel it. And again, I've never always been like watching every single release that he has. But the fact that he put a post up saying, dude, the reason why I'm not doing this more often is because I'm trying to get better quality, more specific, to make everything perfect. And I feel him for that one, like 100%. But I haven't heard any complaints of the audio, right? So you guys are good with the audio? Am I losing? Hey, Chucky. Welcome. What's going on? Friday's reactions get swamped. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, because I saw reactions like a week later and they still were getting more views. I mean, maybe because they have more subscribers. I get it. And guys, share this content. I mean, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Hit the all. Because even then, it doesn't always work. And they don't tell you even when I posted the day before. But thank you for that intel, Chucky. Because of the way you spell it with the, lowercase, uppercase, Chucky. you have a lot of competition, end quote, on Tom Release Fridays. Got it. See, it's weird, Chucky, because I didn't know that. And I really thought that it was because I saw so many reaction videos that I didn't watch them all, but like, when you look it up and, they were all kinds of different days, the next day, 5 days later. And so I just want to stay connected with you guys. Like the first reaction I ever did, which was never intended to be a reaction video, was the Tom McDonald names, because it's just up my alley and I didn't watch it. And I go, I got a feeling this is like up my alley, specifically that title. And then I'm here and you guys are here and it's been quite a ride. Thank you. So let's play I Girl. I'm sure at this point, because I'm behind in the time zone of my usual viewers, especially my live commentators, my fam, much love. I am going to screen share, and like I said, you probably already watched it, but just Tulsi Gabbard is not woke. I haven't heard anybody else say it that way. So let's see. I want to make sure you guys can see. All right. Okay, girl.
I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism.
Cowardly wokeness.
Who actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution.
That's right.
Who are hostile to people of faith and spirituality.
That's right.
Who demonize the police but protect criminals at the expense of law-abiding Americans.
That's right.
Who believe in open borders, who weaponize the national security state to go after their political opponents, and above...
Hey, can we say how hot is Aloha over here? How hot? I can't even begin to tell you how I have this hibiscus plant, it's a Hawaiian hibiscus, on my deck. And I've been concerned since I've been away that it's going to die because, I'm in Philly and it's getting cold over there. And it's so weird that I was in the last 24 hours like, where's my hibiscus? Are you taking care of it? Right? And then this comes out today. And mind you, there was just a full moon in Aries, which we're still under the effects, whether you believe in this shit or not. And she, my friends, is an Aries. Just saying, no such thing as coincidence.
All who are dragging us ever closer to nuclear war.
That's right.
Now, I believe in a government that's of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, today's Democratic Party does not. Instead, it stands for a government that is of, by, and for the powerful elite.
Boom! Mic drop.
I'm calling on my fellow common sense, independent-minded Democrats to join me in leaving the Democratic Party.
Bless you.
If you can no longer stomach the direction that the so-called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, then I invite you to join me. I can no longer remain.
Boom! 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 Need I say more? Like, is this a... And the fact that she's a female, and what I mean by this, if you know me, I'm very male energy. I could put some makeup on, but I'm very male energy in so many ways. And I think more in the logical sense, or more in like the toughness, the men that I admire, like, wow, that's badass. Like, dude, that's hot. Like, having balls. Okay, fine. Have some ovaries. Like, this is what I've been waiting to see over and over again. This is also my biggest inspiration to start this channel of, okay, I'm not going to just do my job. That's great. And be a friend or a lover or whatever. It's, you know what? Let's see if things would be different if I speak the way I speak behind closed doors with my friends, but I do it in a public way. On a channel that's exactly for that, right? Like, what would, I'm sure, I lost a bunch of people in my life during the whole 2020 plan bullshit. Ugh, again, shitty leaders. And I'm going, well, and if you know me, my background is coaching, training. Where's the Tony Robbins? Where's all these coaches and leaders that in that genre that I keep still seeing videos, how to master this, I'm like, and I get it, but I'm like, this is not a time to just do that. Like, so here's the best 5 tips to do this, 3 tips to this, and I'm totally for it. But at the same time, if you're such a leader and you're proclaiming to make other people leaders, this is affecting every single one of us in every way, whether you look at it or not. First of all, why didn't the White House contract Tony Robbins? Anyone? Remember Ferris Bueller? Bueller. So, come on now. I'm going to look at your chats before I go to my Andrew Tate, Piers Morgan skit or their interview and see what you guys have to say. Love you. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, AC Nelson. So the audio's good. Wow, because when I tried this out yesterday, I was testing it. I'm like, I sound like a pilot because I'm so used to the mic, right? Even when I do mess up and forget to click to triple check the mic, and it's like, what happened with audio? I did everything like an airhead. Yeah. Chucky, Tulsi, yo, good one, Chucky. Tulsi is a WEF griffer. And yo, I thought that. I thought that even weeks ago. I'm like, how much can I trust this person? But I think that maybe, and I know they call it controlled opposition, but she's a fire sign. I know. Whether you know this shit or not. But like maybe she really has a soul and she wakes up going, I can't die like this. I mean, we've had plenty of presidents in the U.S., especially in history, where they were like, I know Jefferson was one of them. And they wrote like some of the decisions they made that they deeply regret. You know what I mean? So it could be, but I'm glad she left. Yeah, right, Chucky. But we do not want her. Wait, IMHO exclamation. Yeah. So it's funny, guys. I'm noticing how many views I'm getting with you guys right now. And by the way, AC Nelson, you've been with me at all different times. Never forget, always there, forever, never. Meaning, but the analytics in my YouTube, and I know I've told you this before, that it's like, oh yeah, the best time for you and your channel and your subscribers, they prefer you at like 5 or 6. So like I said earlier, and I'm saying it again, not to be repetitive, but I'm like, maybe not. And maybe because I already got you guys used to the 12 o'clock or maybe 1, but mostly 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And honestly, that's the best time for me. And so I think that does come through as well, right? Because don't you want me at my best? Or like when I'm like, that's it. I do all my stuff, my meditation, my work and whatnot. And then I block it off for us. Anyway, I'm loving the light. How about that palm tree? Huh? How about that palm tree? So no one's even tried to guess where I'm at? Or do you already know? You don't care. Did anybody even notice the thumbnail that I showed the background instead of my studio? I showed, well, not this exact background, but you get me. The palm trees. Anyway, so while you answer my questions, I'm going to go into our boy, Andrew Tate. Definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. And I'm going to screen share, as always. Let's see. Do you know about this guy? Have you heard about this guy? Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm using different equipment here. Like literally, like I went from Mac to I'm on Windows right now. It's still similar, but I'm like, I can't see you the way I want to see you. Okay. Anthony Brown. Welcome. Much love. Oh, you said LA. Anthony. I guess I'm close. I'm in that state. You're absolutely right. How'd you know? I could be in Mexico. But yeah. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. What do you guys think? This way? Yeah, I want you guys to see my face when I'm reacting. All right. So I'm going to go straight to, let me see, 19. Here we go.
18-year-old boy, you don't have authority over women.
Absolutely. And understand it
Would
fully.
you tell an 18-year-old wording of what you said?
No, I would. Are always going to take everything that's said by fame comes massive responsibility. I understand that a percentage of the population are always going to take everything that's said by anybody.
What?
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live
Guys,
streaming.
I prepped this so that we wouldn't have a commercial.
Would you change the wording of what you said?
No, I would just encourage people to watch my long format copy and understand it
Would
fully.
you tell an 18-year-old boy you don't have authority over women?
Absolutely.
You would say that?
Unless a woman comes to him and says, you're responsible for my safety, please make sure keep me safe. Like
I
my
see.
woman
Now
says,
that
comes to
Andrew
me.
Tate, I can sign up to.
Well, then we agree.
Yeah, but I don't agree with what you said.
Let me just say this real quick. I do not support, I do not endorse or anything, Piers Morgan. He's the classic old legacy media. They want to fight. They want to sensationalize everything, play devil's advocate. I get it. I think it was always a horrible format or style, and even more so now. Thank God that people are waking up and figuring that out. But regardless, this guy's been such a hypocrite. I've never liked him. But I still watch him. And there's a few things he's done, like with the Meghan Markle thing, that I was like, good for you for like walking off, right? But again, how much is show? I don't think this guy at his core is good or strong at all. So therefore, I don't give a shit about him. But hey, he's got a name. He's interviewing Andrew Tate. And I'm most interested on, my first call to Andrew Tate's attitude. I'm like, this guy's young. This guy's going to change his mind. He's young. What he says today is not what he's going to feel in 5-10 years from now. You mark my words. I said it first. No one else is saying that. How he's like, oh, I know this, I know. He's going to change. And no one's mentioning, especially somebody like Piers Morgan, who's much older than him. Why can't, no, he's just like, but you said these things.
You said before.
Because you're taking a soundbite from a 2-hour
yeah, but
conversation.
you haven't been taken out of context because I read you the entire sentence. It's very.
Well, you've ignored all the context around the sentence, my friend.
You can't ignore a sentence that says, I must have a degree of authority.
But you can when there's a 2-hour conversation where a woman is telling me if she makes me responsible for her safety and me explaining, well, if I'm responsible for your safety, I have the authority to make decisions. So yes, you've ignored.
Now, I won't argue with that. If a woman says, or regardless, I don't care. I don't care if you're a woman or a man and whoever's taking that role. But in this case, his idea of a man and just any woman. Okay, I want you to protect me so then I can tell you what to do. And I don't take anything out of context. You know me, and I hold everybody to their words. So choose your words wisely.
Ignored all the context.
Do you respect women?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Do you think that 18, 19-year-old women
He can say he respects women, but wait for it.
are more attractive than 25-year-old women?
I think there's attractive people. That's a loaded question. I don't know.
Well, it's not really, is it?
I can't.
You know why I'm asking you?
Of course I do, but I can't sit here and
for
say.
the benefit of viewers who don't know why I'm asking, you said this. In general, this is also one of the reasons men find youth attractive. You want to blow up the internet? I'll blow up the internet right effing now. The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. People say, oh, you can't.
When I was younger, I would have probably been like, that makes sense. Matter of fact, I said something similar to that because I used to, as crazy as I was and as open as I was, and I still am in many ways, but like I wanted to party and I wanted to do anything a man could do as far as just freedoms and stuff. But I knew that I had to protect myself. I had to look over my shoulder, probably more than at least even my male friends or even my own brothers would say. But like I used to say, I don't want to be with many men because I don't want to feel devalued. And in the sense that, when you go to a museum and they don't let you touch paintings or tapestries from like, I don't know, 17th century. And we know because it devalues when you touch it or you fuck it up, right? You don't want somebody to damage it. But the human body is a total different thing. I understand that. But as a young girl or young lady, I was thinking, this is how I value myself. And I just don't want to be touched by a lot of people. For me, where this guy is saying, which I don't know if I played it that far already, but I already know what he's going to say because obviously I watched it. And he's basically putting a value not just with age. It's not the age as a number. It's 19. I think. Let's go back. I'm going to get to it.
I'll say that, but yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman, and I'll tell you why. Because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been effed and dumped more times, more arguments, more mess, more for me to clean up. That is misogyny.
Why?
Because you are encouraging a mindset.
You're wrong, Morgan. That doesn't make it misogyny at all. At the end of the day, in a nutshell, misogyny is a man who, doesn't respect women, doesn't like women, or thinks less of them. Again, I'm not quoting the dictionary. You know me. I typically will share with you guys a dictionary for definition of it, right? But now, Morgan, you're a little bitch.
Said about 25-year-old women that makes them sound out to be infinitely less desirable than 18, 19-year-olds and having effectively been having too much sex to be taken in a more respectful way.
Firstly, even if that was the case, that wouldn't be misogyny.
But what did you mean by what you said?
That's not misogyny because it's not anti-women. I'm saying that an 18 or a 19-year-old woman would be more desirable.
Pretty anti-25-year-old woman.
Anti-25-year-old women we can argue, but not misogyny.
Well, that's misogyny.
I agree.
No, it's not.
Being anti any woman at all is misogyny.
Not when I'm saying that women are beautiful and attractive at a certain age and saying the age.
You're saying 18, 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25.
Well, than ageist, perhaps.
Again, I think, like I always say, you have to consider the source. So this guy's a young guy or man, whatever. What does he know? I don't care how much he thinks he knows. You don't know. It takes time to figure shit out. I don't care how many books you read. It's experiences that get you there. And until he produces more experiences based on his current philosophy and beliefs, he will not see it differently until then.
But misogynistic, absolutely.
Is that
not.
but you just accepted it was misogyny?
No.
Is he a misogynist? He contradicts himself because he'll say, I love and respect women, but they must obey. And that's where I'm going to get at in the next part of the next clip I'm going to share.
No, I didn't. You said it was misogyny. I'm telling you, no, it's not.
So you don't think if you're saying slightly hateful things about a 25-year-old...
That's not slightly hateful.
Well, it is. You think you say that to a woman's face if she's 25?
It's not slightly hateful.
So you would go up to a 25-year-old woman and tell her exactly what I've just read out.
I agree. It's not hateful. It's ignorant. But he's got the chance. He's got the choice. He's got the free will, the freedom as a human being to say what he wants. So again, I don't think he should have been banned. I don't think he should be censored. I don't think anybody should. But the fact that people, especially young men, think he's some special guy, here's some news for you. Nobody has the answers. Life experience gives you the answers. There is no book like the book of life. Mark my words.
Why would I walk up to a random 25-year-old
Because you said it in public on the internet, and it's been listened to and watched by millions and millions of young, impressionable boys.
Correct. There was a large panel. There was a conversation. There was hours long of conversation. There were feminists attacking men for toxic masculinity and attacking me and saying things. And I said things back which were going to antagonize them. Which you've done yourself a bunch of times.
I think a lot of allegations of toxic masculinity are not toxic.
Correct.
I do think that kind of sentence that I just read out, that paragraph, is actually toxic. If you genuinely mean that, and you say you wouldn't say it to a woman's face.
So let's say it is toxic, right? Let's say it is toxic. Okay. What? What's the threat? Or are you jealous? Or, Piers, are you doing this because that's the people that are making all the noise? Say these women making all this noise. And so you're like, I'm going to defend women because I'm a gentleman. I'm all about gentlemen. Think of the word gentle man. Gentle. So I get it. This guy's a little too abrasive maybe for a gentleman's, or these people with their ideals that don't even know how to use their freaking words, like misogynist. So I've made my point. I'm going to go to another part right here.
Come on.
Piers.
Angie, you're not stupid. You know what that sounds like to any 25.
Winter is coming, and
I cannot
want you to
believe it.
know that when it comes,
I'm
want you
obviously in a different
prepared.
system because I wouldn't
If
be having
all
all
you
these
do is
commercials. You
focus on
guys
the-
know that.
26-year-old woman.
Completely. And you're
Right? So you have maligned every 25, 26-year-old woman with that statement. And I'm simply asking you, to all those who are not of the type of women that you've described here, are you sorry?
I don't want anybody to be offended by anything I say. I want to be a positive.
Why was he? Look at that. Are you sorry? Piers. It's that whole woke bullshit. You sorry? You say you're sorry. And then it's never good enough. A sorry is another sorry, another sorry. No, I don't think he should apologize. But why isn't anybody rebuttaling the fact that I've said it before, and I've got some, comeback, flashback, whatever you want to call it, where they're like, yeah, he's not that bad, or this and that, or you misunderstand him, or you're judging. No, I stand my ground. He's a young, immature person. So, but his success supposedly makes him act like he is all-knowing. Hello, who's the problem? The audience, whoever is viewing this guy and thinking he's the authority in this conversation of relationships in a man and a woman. What? Any self-loving human would not be with someone that says, I own you if I marry you. Again, I don't know. Let me see.
Force
I
in the
thought this
world.
was the clip.
I don't want anybody to hear what I say and make them feel bad about themselves.
Yeah.
I want all people to live righteous and good, whether they're male
believe
or
him.
female. And anybody who's
You lead a
offended-
righteous life?
I think I do, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You boasted openly of having 6, 7 partners at once. So is that righteous? I'm not taking there's no moral view from me. Simply asking you what you think righteous means.
I think righteous is living true to your heart and knowing that you're doing good by people, not snaking anybody, not lying to anybody. I know
I don't think I would agree with that means that's being righteous, because the word right also implies who's right, right? So being righteous is what? Standing up for what you believe in. Or is righteous doing the right thing? And then if everybody has different versions of what right is, this is bullshit.
I live a very righteous life.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
How many times?
Plenty. I believe in love between men and women.
A
I think-
real love, where it's,
Yeah. I believe
how many times would you say?
Enough. I believe men and women are a beautiful union. I think we're slightly different, but when we work together, we're the most powerful force in the world.
How many women have you loved?
But only, again, I don't know if let me see if I put this in different order, where he talks about women are men's properties. That was the thing that I wanted to really talk about.
Out that very uncomfortable.
Is that a truth?
It's an uncomfortable truth in many parts of the world. It's not a truth that I'm happy about. It's not a truth I created.
Hang on.
It's an uncomfortable realist, especially with uncomfortable truth. And existed because I tried my very hardest to be an absolute and utter realist, especially with uncomfortable truths. I was pointing out that very uncomfortable.
Is that a truth?
It's an uncomfortable truth in many parts of the world. It's not a truth that I'm happy about. It's not a truth I created.
Hang on. You're doing it again. What do you mean that's a truth in other parts of the world? That's what you said. It's not. You're not talking about another part of the world. You're talking about what you believe is the difference between 18 and 90-year-olds and 26-year-olds.
I was talking about
It's your belief.
I was talking about what the people on the panel believe the difference.
Okay. I literally have my whole list here of how many the minutes that I wanted to share of all the points that he made. I'm not going to go through this. I can't. This is a different setup, and I'm jumping around. And the point is, he made the point of the men in depression, which I thought it would be a great clip to share, or the people in depression and who's thinks he can help them. And he says he's helped thousands. And Piers Morgan's like, they should go to professional help. Why not? Whatever. I thought it'd be great to hash that out. But my biggest thing, no matter what clip you get from this, whether you watch the whole thing, at the end of the day, this is a young man with very little experience. And I do appreciate and respect that he thinks a woman is a man's property. And that's where I guess I didn't write my notes well enough. And I should have wrote at these minutes is when he said exactly those words, because I was like, no, because all this matters. This matters, that matters. What he says here, what he says there. But that is, to me, forget about what Piers says, what comes out of his mouth, his questions. It's all bullshit, right? I already told you. It's not about Piers to me. It's, okay, Andrew, you're getting the stage over and over again. I love that you stand your ground on your beliefs. I'm serious, whether I agree with him or not. Good for him. He's standing by his beliefs. But when you say, I believe if a woman comes into this contract, whether it's a marriage or the relationship, that he's like, okay, you want me to protect you? Here's what that means. I own you. Now, he's not saying that the woman's not sovereign and doesn't have her own mind and stuff. And again, because I'm a woman, I'm not saying this. This could be roles reversed. Let's say Andrew Tate is Andrea Tate, okay? A female saying the opposite. I don't care. It's not about the misogynist male owning women and dominating them. Forget about that. See, that's small shit. The big picture is that if you think as a human being that you own, that somebody's your property, that's where, Houston, we have a problem. Because so you'll take care of me, you'll pay for everything, you'll protect me if I have any predators or anything coming after me. You'll be there for me through thick and thin, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But that means, and in that interview is what I wish I was doing that interview, because I'd be like, okay, I want you to describe exactly what that means, that a woman's your property or a man is your property. A person is your property. Does that mean you get to do certain things to them, take away certain things because they're your property? See, they never go in the entire interview on what he really means by property. So there's two questions. Is he doing it to be sensational? Is he doing it because no one else is doing it? And that's a great angle to take in a world of people that are all on the internet and having very little real life experiences. You cannot be a real human and a real evolved, growing, maturing human if you're on the internet. You can't, because you're made out of flesh and blood and you need real human animal interaction. You get me? So what is the obsession, in a sense, where, hey, I'm going to provide all this for you? That means I own you. I believe that's how it works, that I own you. Now, he does specifically say that he believes the woman, not a man, is the woman's property. Like, it's just always that way. That the man has a woman, she's always his property. If she's with him, she's her property. He contradicts himself because he's acting like, no, I mean, she can choose to be with me. I agree. She still has her sovereignty. But if you own her, describe where's her sovereignty. Can she go where she wants? Can she eat? And I've seen several clips from him from different interviews from the recent past, not so recent past. And actually, no. And I think because as a young male, he doesn't know that shit doesn't work unless you're with a woman who's submissive. And he talks all this shit. So I don't think this guy gets, I don't know, hopefully it's family friendly to say a hard on for a woman that's property, which I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, but if she's your property, then you own her. And then if you own her, you tell her what to do. So you're contradicting yourself. So is it because you want to look and sound macho? Because that's your idea of what a strong man is. Just because I'm a woman, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with being a woman. This has to do with facts. We're talking wisdom of the ages, centuries old. A real leader and a real boss and a real protector should be able to be the leader, the protector, the provider, whatever he thinks is what he thinks a man should be like and a woman should be. Therefore, if you're with that kind of guy, or if you're just maybe all guys, they're property. Well, guess what? What happens when you have to be docile? You have to be empathic, understanding, compromising. Because if they're your property, you compromise. There's another clip in that interview where he talks about how, no, I let her know, like, say we're out together and, hey, what do you want to eat or where do you want to go? And we decide these things together. Well, how much freedom do you think someone has to really tell you what they really want to eat or where they really want to go or do for the evening or the day or the morning, whatever it is, right? When you own them. But I understand that he can talk all he wants and he sounds well-read, well-researched. I think he's worked very hard for everything he's had. I think he's smart. I think he's a hustler. I think in a good way. Okay. I got nothing bad to say about this guy. But as a woman that is strong, I know that's his type of woman. I guarantee it. And that's the other reason why he uses that. Oh, I'd rather be with a 19-year-old, or 19 has more value than a 25-year-old. Regardless of how many partners they had, because obviously we don't know. Maybe you meet a 25-year-old woman that's a virgin. I'm not saying it's probably not a rare thing nowadays, but regardless, you don't know, right? So just by mere age, you can't put everybody in that bucket. You can't just say that they're all like that. And the fact is, if you're a real man and you're so mature and so smart and so wise, how the can you be with somebody who's a kid who, by the way, 19 is still a teenager, mind you. And then, like, let's not even talk about the science that the brain still develops to like 21 or more. Don't quote me on the exact number. But, and then that is not even taking into account everyone's individual experience. Somebody who comes from a really rough background comes at 21 with someone that's been coddled or in a bubble till 21. They're two different people. They're two different planets. So like, this is just like, you guys just want to talk about this guy because you need him. You need material. You need content. I like to talk about this guy because I know that he's just young and dumb. And I stand my ground. I said it from the first time. I never even heard of him. And I found out that some dude got canceled. I look him up. I research him. I do a little bit of this. I come with no judgment like I do always with everyone. And here we go. Now all of a sudden, what? Why are you even arguing with him, Piers? Oh, he's more of a moron than the young kid he's sitting talking to. And if you're young watching me talk to you right now, the only right thing to do, I don't care what part of the world you come from. I don't care what culture, what religion you grew up with, whatever it is. The only thing that works, truly works for all parties involved is honesty and love. And guess what? There's no love in I own you. Although he believes in love. He quotes he's been in love. I almost said bullshit. But you know what? I just had an instinctual gut feeling saying he probably was in love. And he got burned. Which happens to most of us. That's real life. We don't grow any other way. You can't read about this. You can't write 5 things to do or not do on your first date. No, be yourself. Find out while you're dating, oh, maybe this doesn't work. Maybe this doesn't work. Maybe, grabbing her fries on our first date on her plate, maybe you'll figure it out. But I think if you're conscientious and you're always thinking of the other first, that's an easy rule of thumb for no matter who you are, where you come from, or what age. Don't talk about you all freaking day. And don't also ask the other person 50,000 questions like it's a Spanish Inquisition. You know? Be yourself. How would you be with your best friend on the first date? How would you be with your sister, your brother, your cousin on the first date? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you want them to be with you or you want the relationship to work, the sooner you get to know each other, your real self, the better. And you're all going to come with flaws. I come with flaws. We all come with flaws. And it's awesome to have the other person, whether they dump you, whether they ghost you, which I don't agree with ghosting. That's a whole nother story. We'll get into that some other time. But at the end of the day, ask the question. Communicate. Ask the question. Did you like this? Did you not like this? What is it that I did? And some people are just pussies in general, meaning men and women, all of them. Oh, I just can't. They just turn me off, so I just block them or whatever. Okay. See how that works for you. Because what you give is what you get back. A reaction has a reaction. So wouldn't it be across the board, you can never go wrong with being honest and caring and thoughtful and selfless in a world of so much narcissism. All right, I'm done. I'm going to read your comments. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for the rant. I didn't really want to go on the rant. I really, like I said, I had all my little times. Talked about depression, women, the age. And again, at the end, I'm just like, he's just young. And let him be. Let's learn from what he thinks and what he has to say. All right. All right. So let's see. Hope I don't miss. Let me see. AC Nelson. That was funny. Tate did a good job. I agree. All is well, Anthony. Hope everything's good with you. Oh, that's cool. I love it when you guys talk to each other. But then I miss you and I'm like a minute late. I want to see Piers interview Olga. Exclamation. Oh, yeah. I would love that. Talk about a cat fight. Oh, I love the laugh out loud emojis. Okay, let's see. Chucky. Tate shared his opinion. How does this turn into occupying 60 minutes on network television? Yes, Chucky, yes. Piers is looking for him to apologize for opinion. Not going to happen. Absolutely. That's it. That's where I'm all about this guy in that sense. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Let me see. Chucky, you're funny. He's like, Piers probably had his double soy latte on the way to the show. Just saying. A little quote mark there. Love it. Love it. Chucky, alpha male versus beta male, not a fair fight. That's right. Oops. He, Tate in parentheses, is being controversial, both good and bad. Publicity is publicity. Absolutely. Chucky, you're saying what I should have said because I've definitely thought it. Love it. Oh, I didn't even finish reading. I'm sorry. End result, gets your name in front of the public. Ergo expands your brand. Mm-hmm. But Olga, ... You cannot be more than 29 years old. Smiley face. Ah! Yeah, especially in this light, huh? Right? So let's see. Oh, let's see. Chucky, I am chatting with myself. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm here. Next time I will invite 30,000 of my salty. If you don't know this, Chucky, I don't pronounce it right because English is my third language, so bear with me. I'm doing the Spanish way. The berserker friends to come join. My salty berserker friends to come join. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, yeah. I love that. Oh, my God, I can't wait. Yeah, so. Well, guys, I'm clearly not in my usual zone. Let's see how long I'm going to be here. I don't have it. I don't have a date of exit. Lots happen, a lot of crazy stuff in a good way. And I'm an adventurer, so fuck it. Yeah, but I'm definitely getting hot. So, where was I? Where am I at all this? I am in Palm Springs, California. Never been here. I've been to California many times, but never Palm Springs. What's up? You guys want to see the sky? Oh. Guys, I was so nervous. I was trying to make sure the audio and everything was working well. And thank you so much for being here. Like I said, when you watch this replay, I'm going to get going. I had a lot I want to talk about, but I'm thinking, I'm pushing it too much. And I'm feeling a little hot. So until next time, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your love and support. Much love, and I'll see you soon.